I just love what you do with this haiku. She said, but honestly, you're so quiet now. I love it. I want to do a haiku that I did for a very, very great jazz person, Max Roach. If you go online and Google Max Roach, you'll see where he's buried up in Woodlawn. And he's buried with all those great musicians, Duke Ellington, the Duke, right? And when Miles Davis was dying, he said, I want to be buried right next to the Duke, right? And everyone said, yeah, but he was cool to the end because he's buried right next to the Duke, you know, right, you know, it's really under this huge, amazing tree. But all these musicians are there, and it's a place to come and sit and just listen. And if you stay very late, you'll also hear them jamming late at night. But I was blessed, I was asked by the family if they could put the last haiku that I read, inscribe it on his tombstone. And so it's inscribed on his tombstone. Can I have a minute to tell you about Max? I mean, Max is like part of my heart, you know. But also Papa Joe Jones, I don't know if you know him, he's a great drummer. But he's one of my cousins, and Papa Joe Jones was just an amazing, amazing drummer, percussionist also too. And my father, who was a drummer, a musician, you know, they were always, when the three sat in the house, they were always arguing about something. I mean, just amazing. But I traveled once with Max Roach, and we started in New York City with 3 groups, a Latino group, an Asian group, and Max and myself. And we went south. We went south to Atlanta, went Midwest to end up at the San Francisco Opera House. And so we were like about 2 weeks on the road, and we had done this, we had it down. Everybody knew what the other one was going to do. And so Max and I came out on the stage, lots of, thousands of people in the Opera House. And I said, and the great Max Roach, and he was very cool. He did a, and everyone would bow, stamp feet, whatever. But of course, the way it went is that I was supposed to start, right? And he was going to come in. And before I could start, he started playing. And I kind of like looked at him and said, did you forget? The way it goes is that I start the first 2 lines and then you come in. And he wouldn't look at me. And he kept going, and I said, well, if I drop the book, maybe he'll look, whatever. And he never looked. And so finally, I just started standing up there, people looking at me, standing on stage, no podium, but just the mic, but here I am, whatever. And I looked towards him, and I started to scat. And when I started to scat, then he just smiled, and then went, boom, you start now. 30 minutes later, I'm getting off stage. I said, man, what were you doing? I mean, we rehearsed this all the way from New York to Atlanta to someplace in the Midwest and all the way to San Francisco. And he said, I just hate doing everything the same way all the time. But I said, not in front of thousands of people. But that is the story about the great Max Roach. And if you've never heard him play, get some of the CDs because it's just amazing, amazing musician. 10 haiku for Max Roach. 1, nothing ends every blade of grass, remembering your sound. Your sounds exploding in the universe return to earth and play. As you drum, your hands kept reaching for God. The morning sky so lovely imitates your laughter. You came warrior clear, your music kissing our spines, feet tapping, singing in peach our blood. You came drumming sweet life on sails of flesh. Your fast beat ride in the air settles in our bones. Your drums soloing our breaths into the beat, unbeat, unto the beat, unbeat, unto the beat, unbeat. Your hands shimmering on the legs of rain. your hands. Shimmering on the layers of rain. Thank you so very much.